Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review, I'm going to be trying a foreign energy drink. This drink is coming from India and it's going to be made by PepsiCo under the Rockstar Energy banner. The drink that I'm going to be reviewing today is going to be Sting. Now, this drink is not named after the WCW wrestler. It's actually taking its name from the scorpion that is on the bottle of this drink. And this drink essentially exists as a competition for the very popular in India drink company, Thums Up. Thums Up has its own energy drink, Thums Up Energy, and the company that makes Thums Up, I believe, also sell an energy drink that I have reviewed in the past on the Fancy Sip Review called Charged Energy. I don't think the popularity of Charged Energy is remotely close to Sting Energy, as looking at their Instagram, it hasn't been updated in a while. I do think in the future I will be trying all of the Indian energy drinks and trying them and seeing which one is the best. But if I remember correctly, I don't remember Charged Energy being much to write home about. Now, although these drinks are incredibly popular in the country of India, these are also sold at your local Indian grocery store, or I picked it up in Jackson Heights in Queens, as there's a big Indian population. And a lot of people do tell me that this is a pretty good energy drink. I have not had this before and am excited to try this, but before I open this up, let's see what's in this drink. Is this going to be any different than a Rockstar Energy drink that's sold in America, just with an Indian spin on it, or will this have cool Indian spices in it? Well, the ingredients in this drink are going to be carbonated water, sugar, acidity regulators, E330 and E331, artificial flavor, emulsifier, E452, taurine preservatives, E202 and E211, caffeine maximum 200 milligrams, permitted food color, E129, inositol, oxidant, E385, and vitamins B3, B6, and B12. This is filled by Sucker Beverages, site Sucker, under appointment under PepsiCo purchase, New York. Don't drink if you're pregnant. The nutrition facts are there's 120 calories. There's 30.6 grams of carbohydrates, 30.6 grams of sugar, 82 milligrams of sodium, 5.4 milligrams of vitamin B3, 0.6 milligrams of vitamin B6. So outside of the very unique Indian idea of just putting acidity regulators and listing them by number as if I'm some sort of chemist, it seems as if it's pretty much got everything that's sold in an American energy drink, so it doesn't seem too much different. Let's show off the bottle. Over here we have the scorpion that I was talking about, which is the Sting logo. Not very creative or anything. This is a quality product of Pepsi Company, as it says on the bottle. And finally, that is the ingredients, if that is able to be picked up. And this drink itself is pretty cool because it looks like what is one of my favorite energy drinks, which is the Rockstar Fruit Punch. Will this taste identical to that? Probably. But maybe not. Maybe this will be its own energy drink, and maybe the Indian people actually have a decent energy drink that isn't very popular in America yet. Maybe this will take over shelves, but who knows? Probably not. So, with all of that out of the way, let's crack open this nice little bottle of Sting Energy. This is 500 milliliters, and this is going to be the Berry Blast flavor. Doesn't sound like there's too much carbonation in the Sting Energy, and let's give this a pour into the fancy glass. I will say that the ability to pour this out of a bottle is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Compared to just pouring this downward, you're able to shoot it out like a hose or something. That's pretty cool. So here is what we have with the Sting Energy. It looks just like your generic fruit punch flavored energy drink. Let's see how this smells. So on the nose, I am getting a very strong berry smell. This doesn't smell like a fruit punch. This smells kind of like, I don't know. It has a very different type of a sugary smell, but it does smell a little bit like a fruit punch. I don't know what berry this is supposed to be. I haven't drank this yet, so I mean, it could be anything from cherry to strawberry. If I were to have to guess, I think that this is supposed to be a cherry artificial flavor drink. I don't know yet, but on the nose, I'm getting a bit of a cherry smell. Here is what the drink itself looks like. It is just a very bright red beverage that's using official artificial colors, or whatever the terminology that they used in this bottle was. And you can see the carbonation on the end, even though it didn't have that carbonation sound. It does have a bit of carbonation. So let's see how this drink sits in the mouthfeel portion of this review. Is this going to be a very carbonated, hard to keep in your mouth taste? Is this going to be a very sweet beverage? Will this be essentially a soda with caffeine in it? Well, let's find out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will say that comparing this to an energy drink, this is a lot more soda tasting than I expected. Now, I don't want to say that this is overly soda-ish, as the ingredients aren't really that weird in terms of ingredients compared to what would be an American soda. I mean, this obviously isn't a juice, but I mean, it seems relatively healthier than an American energy drink just because it doesn't have a lot more of those artificial ingredients that are shoved inside of this. Although looking at the bottle of this, if I can go back to this, what you're having is your carbonated water and your sugar, which obviously your acidity regulators and artificial flavor emulsifiers. You have taurine, preservatives, and caffeine, permitted food coloring, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more stuff inside of American energy drinks compared to this. And with that, this does taste a bit more soda tasting than energy drink tasting. And personally, I'm here for that. This is a very tasty beverage, and I genuinely think you could drink this like you would drink a soda, although it would be bad for your health. On the mouth feel of this drink, it is a very easy to keep in your mouth taste. You're not getting that caffeination or carbonation, bubbly taste. It just tastes kind of like a fruit punch that you would be drinking. Although I think the flavor is supposed to be a cherry, maybe a strawberry. This does taste a lot better than the Rockstar Energy fruit punch just based on the drinkability of this. Like, it's a pretty good energy drink. I bought this at the Patel Brothers in Jackson Heights for about $2. And this is by far a more memorable energy drink taste than what Charged was. I do understand that Charged is competing with Thumbs Up, or Charged is competing with Sting, and I think they're the same company as Thumbs Up, whereas Thumbs Up is a much more popular cola brand and soda brand in general in India. Sting seems to have a much stronger fan base in terms of an energy drink compared to Charged. I mean, just looking at the negative reviews and stuff on social media, I mean, this is still sold and people are buying this. This kind of reminds me a bit of Raptor, the Guatemalan energy drink, but if that was to be a soda, this kind of reminds me a bit of drinking a Rap Snacks energy drink where it's incredibly sweet and it just tastes like a knockoff soda. But I do think that they did a very good job with this. And as Rockstar is a very big energy drink on its own in America, this, I mean, they had a good company that was partnering with them rather than Thumbs Up, because in the Indian market, obviously, I don't think they drink energy drinks, and it's probably not as popular as it is in America. Having Thumbs Up, which is an established brand, doesn't mean that they're going to make a very successful energy drink. Having Rockstar and PepsiCo making a energy drink obviously is going to be a bit more successful, as they've made multiple flavors and they know what they're doing at this point. I do think that this is by far the better of the two Indian energy drinks that I've had. And what would I give this drink? It's honestly kind of hard to review. It is a very generic but very tasty energy drink. In terms of the flavor, it's not doing anything special. It's essentially just like a cherry fruit punch. But I do think the lack of acidity in this, even though it has the regulators, and the lack of carbonation makes this go down a lot easier than a fruit punch Rockstar. I think I would give this drink a 8.5 out of 10, maybe an 8.7. I don't think that this is one of the more unique or tasty energy drinks that I've had, but this is kind of a go-to flavor that I would enjoy. I think that this would be the code red of Indian energy drinks, where, I mean, maybe in the future, you'll have your Baja Blast come out if Thumbs Up and Charged manages to make a competitive energy drink. But right now, I think that this is doing better than just what a generic energy drink would do. So I have been the Fancy Sipper, and congratulations, India. You have a very tasty energy drink with Sting. Thumbs Up. You got to step your game up, as obviously this is a pretty good drink, and Thumbs Up, or Charged was not as memorable as this. So thank you so much for watching the Fancy Sip review. I have been gone for a relatively long amount of time. I was under the weather, but now I'm going to come back to making videos, and thank you again. Cheers. Clink.